All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3. And Adon Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying, as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. And to Wadi Yahweh Bahashem Shai Bahashem Rakah Kodash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, he's here to do the bidding for Satan. Okay. And I'll more than likely keep that, but that was the first thought that came to my mind after thinking about the precept in Mark. But I got to show you this video. I'm literally 30 seconds in. But, it just, I got inspired to want to speak on this. Okay, let me go right here. As you see, this is a video by GMS South Carolina, 08, which is the elder Manat Tazakba. And it says, Vocab Malone is stalking Hebrew Israelites. Okay, Vocab Malone is stalking Hebrew Israelites. And, I actually found some funny information. I asked ChatGPT, and I don't know if it's true. I kind of looked into it. It's not really a big deal, but it is something I'll just show just another reason to say, that's funny. So I asked, why does Vocab Malone harass the Hebrew Israelites? Could he be set up by the government to come against them, like how the FBI through COINTELPRO did to the Black Panthers? And immediately it says, who is Vocab Malone? ? Vocab Malone's real name, Joseph Vaca, or Vaca, I'm not sure, is a Christian apologist known for his work critiquing various belief systems he considers to be outside of Orthodox Christianity. So I did ask AI how it came up with that name, and it said, in actuality, there is no validity of his real name. Even they don't know if John Mark Reiser is his real name. So it's just funny. It's just another reason to go, damn, hey, you got to really understand, brothers, that you really are dealing with agents. Okay, we really battle demons. Okay, we really battle against the principalities of the darkness. All right, of this world. Let me get that in Ephesians. This is real. This is what you're really involved in. As much as you battle demons in the mental world. All right, as much as you are constantly fighting and rebuking demons in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, being in the sinful flesh, you have to also understand that, as many demons that we defeat in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, there's as many of those demons that are on these people, and these people are being used to do the bidding, okay, on the left-hand side. It's all through the Lord ultimately, but you have to accept that too. This is real quick, Ephesians 6 and 12. I could start at 10, but I just want to make this point because I got another angle I want to go with this lesson. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And this guy right here is a demon. Okay, if you really sit back and watch how he interacts with Jake, all right, how he talks, how he presents himself. Listen, man, this guy is he's an illegitimate son of Satan. I'm being funny. All right. I'm just being funny. But this guy is definitely being used on the left-hand side, man. Okay. So you gotta recognize, like what Jake say, real recognize real. Well, you really need to recognize the demonic energy, okay, that these people are being possessed in to specifically come against us. Now, excuse me for my long-windedness. If you don't want to hear me talk, you can just go watch this video yourself. But now let me let this play. I'm going to start it from the beginning. I hope the audio is good as well. Check this out, man. Check this guy out. All right. Look at this. Okay. This is Satan. Okay. And this appears to be a new believing, brother in Christ. All right. Hold on. Excuse me. All right. So he looks to appear to be new, and he's inquiring from IUIC, which when you come down to the fine details, they don't have the 100% truth, but they still have the truth pertaining to a Jake waking up. Now, if this Jake is of the elect, as in of Yahweh Shai's sheep, then from there he will pursue a voice that he recognizes. Okay, and we believe through faith that voice is being heard through great millstones, starting with our elders and apostles. But look at how this individual comes up and tries to take this away from you. And Yahweh Shai told us this. Okay, Yahweh Shai said that when the word comes, here comes the wicked one. Let me get that real quick. This is Mark 13:19. It says, when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, because the kingdom of heaven is only for us, even though there will be heathens within our kingdom, they will be ruled and governed under our laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to us from on high, because let it be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we have been the chosen nation to our God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And with that office, we also will be gods on earth, okay, over man, okay, over man, woman, and child. And they will occupy, their occupancy on our earth will be governed through our laws, statutes, and commandments, okay? It says, and understandeth it not when, then cometh the wicked one. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. So a lot of times Satan, okay, demons jump on people, all right, as Jake is hearing the word or coming into the truth, and it takes him away. So that's what this guy is literally trying to do in a physical form. Okay, this man is doing the bidding for Satan. All right, now I got some more precepts, but check this out, man. I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna do my best to be quiet. Watch.
Do you want to be a part of a religion?
Well, I came to see them first.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Look at this.
Just give it back to him.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look, I'm sorry. I got to say this real quick. I was watching a short clip by a very intelligent Jake who was basically, he has the position to where he can speak on like political science, things of that nature. So Esau came up and said, so what is your thoughts on the crime rate and black communities and neighborhoods? And he said, well, first of all, what crime are we talking here? Because if we're speaking about just the history of violence and communities, by far, white Americans have completely surpassed the violence in America than any other nation of people here. So see, he said, you want to be a part. Well, what did Christianity do? Okay, what did Christianity do to the Northern Kingdom or the Southern Kingdom? Okay, how about the fact that in the name of Christianity, the Bible was used to keep us in a very slave-like mind. What about that though? See, you gotta immediately address, okay, the elephant in the room instead of taking on this burden of proof to this accuser. That's what they like to do. They like to accuse and then isolate the situation. I said I wasn't going to speak, but it's just that's just how my mind, the Lord makes my mind think like that, you know?
Do you want to be a part of a religion?
Well, I came to see them first.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Look at this.
Just give it back to him.
Look at this. Look at this. Why are you afraid to let him make up his own mind? You ready? Come on. Let's go. But do you want to be in a religion that doesn't allow you to make your own mind up? There you go. Hey. Look, he's all happy.
Good job, Jake. And let me show you another tactic. See how he just was accusatory? He said, why are you afraid to make him think his own mind? You got to watch the craftiness of Satan, man. This dude is legitimately powered by demons, because that's like reverse psychology. Notice how he allows reverse psychology to roll off his tongue. That's like some mental perception attack, man. Okay, and that's because we've gotten the word. And, you know, I got to say this real quick before I read the scripture. When you look at this guy who's so-called trying to save you to Christ, he don't give a shit about your people, the position that you're in, what you're going through constantly, how America treats you, a system that's rigged against you. He don't care about you. What Michael Jackson say? They don't really care about us. See, Jake thinks Esau has his best interest. The mercy of the wicked is cruel, okay? Esau does not have the best interest for you, Jake. All right. And this dude is doing the bidding for Satan. You can't see that. You can't see that? This is Mark 4 and 15. Look, because Matthew 13 said what? The wicked one. But now it's reiterated in Mark, the wicked one being Satan. So this guy's doing the bidding of Satan. And these are they by the wayside where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh the word that was sown in their hearts. This is why Yahushua said, let no man take thy crown. Okay, brothers, you got to understand the walk that you're in. It wasn't set up to be easy. So don't allow your fleshly mind to give into this thought of, damn, this is bad. The craziest battle is woe. It's no. This is all the conditions of the battle, as the scriptures say. This is the conditions of the battle that men should fight. So this is a part of it. Understanding your enemy, understanding you have an enemy, understanding that there is opposition that is specifically set up against you. Okay, it's past you just being what you thought black. Because Jake just be like, is it because I'm black? No, it's because you're an Israelite. Okay, look at this. Let me go back because he ain't why don't you go inside of an abortion clinic and pull black women away like how they show Jesus pulling the needle from the arm? Why don't you do that? Why don't we see videos like that of you? Why are all your videos specifically surrounded by what you call this as a cult, which cult just means worship? So let's quit the weak arguments. All right. Let me let it play, see what else is said.
That was his victory for the day. You're in a religion that doesn't allow you to read anything critical of your religion. You can't even hold a flyer.
You should be able to refute it.
Yeah, you should be able to refute this.
Well, let's refute Christianity. Let's refute Christianity. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got to give you that too. Let me see. What are crimes that early? So you can't. Esau likes to skip over genocide. Esau likes to skip over because that's what an accuser does. Their job is to accuse, not take accountability. You see, what are crimes that early Christians, committed? Let's just say on slaves. We could interchange this too. Okay, let's just see. Slavery in early Christianity. Oh, look at that. Rome, Greek, 2021. See, the truth is out. Treason and the state or members of civic society punish Christians. Let's see. Slavery in early Christianity. Okay. Let me see what we got. Tracing Christianity. Where's my AI overview? Give me some AI overview. I guess we'll click on one. Okay. This was us. That we were the Christians that were persecuting the Roman army. Let's go right here. You know what? Maybe I do. I want Jake to talk about because I don't want Esau to tell me the punishment of slaves in early Christianity. Okay. Let me see. Christian. Oh, let's put all right. Let me click on one. Let's just click on this. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they say. Then from there we can even go to the Northern Kingdom. Let me see. The first missionaries, men. All right, blah, blah, blah. All right. So I want you to give me your history. I don't want this the punishment of slaves in early Christianity. Let's see. Let's do okay, let's ask this. How did Christians use the Bible to enslave blacks? Let's see what comes up. How Christian slave owners use the Bible to justify slavery. And this is from Time magazine. Why did African slaves, how can African identity, the legacy of the Bible and justifying slavery? So there is, we are allowed to have slaves, but how Esau used it, he used it on the left-hand side. So this is just my point that I'm trying to get to. So now let's do one more thing. Atrocities committed on natives by explorers bringing the Bible. Let's see what that. Let me see what we got. Christianity, the Bible, and the Native American genocide. The church and the Native American, the real story. See? Okay. So the titles alone. All right. I just wanted to pull this up. the titles alone. All right, let's put a brief history. See if anything comes up. If it doesn't, it's fine. All right, but you get the gist. You get what I'm saying. The De La Casa and the Conquistador. See, what did they do? Rape, murder, burn alive. Let's ask that. Let me see. Burned alive. Burned. Okay. Did the early conquistadors burn people alive for not accepting God? Let's see what comes up. Would the first century Christians burn heretics at the stake? What blah blah blah, persecution. Okay, so I might even go even further because I know that. See how you gotta word it. But this is true. Okay, and there was a famous man, Jake, where he said, if the white man was in heaven, I wouldn't go. Who said before being burned alive, said, if the white man is in heaven, I don't want to go. Damn, that's terrible. Let me see. Thank you. Hatui. Thank you. AI. Where the hell your ass been? It says the person who reportedly said, if the white man is in heaven, I don't want to go, before being burned alive, is Hatui, a Taino leader in Cuba, which that's Manassites. He was speaking about the Spanish conquistadors who were actively involved in colonizing Cuba and enslaving its indigenous people. Hatui was executed, leading a resistance against the Spanish. These are the Edomites, one of the seven heads of Revelations 13. His statement reflects his deep anger and disillusionment with the Spanish colonizers who claimed to be Christian while committing atrocities against his people. There we go. Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. See? So before this guy opens up his mouth, let's not skip past centuries of genocide, okay? But that's how they operate. Satan.
Sir, you are going into the pit of hell if you join this group. They're going to teach you to hate your co-workers, and they're going to teach you false doctrines.
But what about Christianity, okay? That's my point with this accuser. But anyways, this is Satan. Look. Just like we see the characteristics of Satan upon this man. Job 2:2. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. Which this is a beautiful story about recorded history about Job. Excuse me, and him proving his faith to Yahweh, even through the tempting of Satan. So this is us proving that we believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because according to our law, things like this happen so that we can show the Lord our faith. So this is why you can't be getting swayed by guys like this. This is a test. This guy is Satan in the flesh, and it's just a test. All right? We could title it that. This guy is just Satan in the flesh, and it's a test. All right? He's doing the bidding of Satan. Look, Deuteronomy 13, it says, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and that sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Christianity is a God that we don't know, but it was brought here by Esau, by Satan, to deceive us, to keep us from serving our God, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You got to understand that this guy, Vocab Malone, is set up, okay, to tempt you to go after other gods. And that's a complete violation of our law and customs, all right? Look, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your power proveth you to know whether ye love Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, your power, with all your heart and with all your soul. See? And ye shall walk after the Lord your power, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. See? So this is an example of the Lord proving you. All right? You're being proven right here. Here comes this dreamer of dreams. Here comes this Satan in the flesh. okay, to test you, to see if you want to go serve other gods, which you don't know. And he's going to bring it to you through what? Wood or stone. And in this case, wood. All right. The cross and Jesus. Shut up. And it's funny. He said, you're going to burn in hell, which what did they do in the ancient time? They would burn you. All right. Let me ask that. Why did early Christian conquistadors from Spain burn you at the stake for not believing in God? Let me see what comes up. Thank you. This is all I want. During the Spanish Inquisition, which extended into the Americas alongside the conquistadors, individuals accused of heresy could indeed be burned at the stake. This was not specifically for not believing in God in the modern sense of atheism, but rather of holding beliefs of practices deemed contrary to the doctrine of the Catholic Church. See that? See that? And then what did he just say? You're gonna burn in hell. They burned us before, man. See that?
I hate to see them curse.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Look at this.
Just give it back to him. Then
Look at this. Look at this. Why are you afraid to let him make up his own mind? You ready? Come on. Let's go. But do you want to be in a religion that doesn't allow you to make your own mind up?
All right,
There you go. Hey.
Good job. Good job, Jake. What you just did was according to Deuteronomy 13, and you just watched it play out in real time. You see that? This is why you got to resist the devil. I'm going to end it off on that. More to say, but I believe the point was made. Some would say we're beating a dead horse, but it's also defending the gospel. And this is also me showing my faith by my works. You got a lot of Israelites out there that ain't doing no work, but they'll comment and say, you guys start talking about vocab. You need to start doing some lessons. You need to start showing your faith by your work. So anyways, look, James 4:7, submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil and he will flee from you. See? So you gotta stay spiritually armored, man. Okay? Because there are clearly opposition coming against this. And let me also get this, Mark. Is that in the same chapter? Or is that Mark? Is that Mark 13? Let me get that. Mark 16. All right. I think it's 16 and 19. Let me see here. 16, 19. Yeah. Let's talk about early Christianity during that time. Matthew 16, excuse me. Matthew 16 and 19. Yep. Nope. That's not the one, but it's right in here. Right here. It's 18. Excuse me. Matthew 16, 18. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. This is the gates of hell right here. Okay. Behold, the gates of hell. This is the gate. This is the gates of hell, or one of the minions of it. Okay. Now, like I said, just in closing, Satan ultimately is doing the bidding of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, but you have to understand how it plays out here on earth. So you have to look at these situations, okay, even though you're really battling demons, all right, you're really defending the gospel, but this is all for us to prove to Yahweh B'Shem El Shai that we earnestly have faith, believe, and serve him, okay? So this is why we have to speak about these individuals or matters like this that pop up, because this is our duty. This is our law. This is our customs. This is a part of our customs. Don't it say the man that holdeth back his sword from blood? Let me get that real quick. I think it's Jeremiah 17. Let me see real quick. Jeremiah 17. Cursed be the man, Let me just Google it. I'm about to wrap this up. I did want to give you that. Hold back sword from blood. Hold back sword from blood, excuse me. KJV 48 and 10, excuse me. Jeremiah 48 and 10. Let me go there real quick. Because what is our sword? The Bible. Hebrews 4 and 12. Jeremiah 48 and 10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. And our sword is spiritual. So you got to keep cutting, man. Okay. Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. That's deep, man. Okay. And then that also goes along with what? having on the armor. You see, take on the whole armor. All right, taking the shield of faith. Okay, the helmet of salvation, and what? The sword of the Spirit. All right, so we are fighting against Satan out here, man. Okay, you're fighting against principalities, and this guy is a principality walking, man. This is a demon. This guy is a legitimate low-level demon, but there's a job that has to play out. Even though you know that, I know that, and he knows that, we all still have to play our roles. You have a lot. Okay, you have to play your position. All right, it's not just roll your eyes. No, it's like that's like an actor in a movie. Okay, you have a position you have to play. All right, you should love it. You should enjoy that you've been given the opportunity to defend Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai here on earth, even though the Lord don't need it, but we're commanded. We're commanded. All right, so yeah, man, this guy's doing the bidding for Satan. Here's a great example. I'm glad he put it down. At least he knows he's an Israelite. At the end of the day, if he's of the elect, then he will be guided to the elected light. Okay, but this individual is doing the bidding for Satan. All right, so be aware that you should be offended for that. Okay, think about how you were as a Gentile. These Christians don't care about you, Jake. And a lot of time, Jake's just so hurt. He's just so hurt and through that he just wants to go anywhere love is, even if it ain't real love. And Jake is looking for love in all the wrong places. So just wanted to do that quick lesson. I'm going to continue to watch and see what the elder said on it. I just wanted to give my spiritual 2 cents. I pray that you are edified, comforted, enlightened through the word. I pray the Yahushai sheep are being fed. And I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. And with that being said, shalom.